Welcome to the Life is Easy When You Know How podcast. Today we're talking about your spiritual muscle. Join us and listen in. Hey guys, welcome to today's podcast. Now, I got to admit, I'm being pretty inconsistent with the podcasts, and today's topic is actually going to be a little bit about why that happens. And I feel like I have this conversation often with not just myself, but with the people in my groups, in my following, the people I work with. I feel like this conversation is something that I just keep repeating or keep going over and over. And what happens is, for me, and this is my own experience, it's not based on anything anyone else has told me or a actual process or steps that we go through. But as I've been on this journey of self-discovery, spiritual understanding, healing, ascension, 3D to 5D, moving to New Earth, whatever it is you want to call it or how you see it, all I know is that I am just moving forward and trying to be a better person and create more of a life that I want. What I am finding is, as I work on more and more of those things that come up or present themselves as being ready to let go of, whether it's an emotion, a belief, a story, something that I'm holding in my body, some sort of routine or something that I had always thought was true and didn't even realize it was a belief or didn't even realize it was a story, or getting new knowledge, new awarenesses, new understandings from not only my own self and my higher self, but from my multidimensional self and other collectives, and me bouncing off the information that I'm receiving from other people, bringing it into my field and creating my own knowings or awarenesses. What I am finding is, because I'm continually progressing in whatever way I'm progressing, because I try not to sort of see it as a hierarchical type format where we're going in steps or we're moving higher or we're getting better. I see it more as an expansion towards something. That what happens for me, and it's like the old saying, the one step forward, two steps back. But for me, it's like 2 steps forward, halt, rethink. Let's go again. Let's have a look at that. Is that what you want? I'm in a consistent place of growing in whatever way that looks like for me, whether that's internally, externally, or combined. So what I am finding is, as I start to build momentum, as I have these days that are extremely productive or extremely thought-provoking, or somewhere where I have moved through something really big or made a new discovery or created a new belief or a new desire or something, wherever it is, and I get into that state, and it can last whether it's for 5 minutes or 5 weeks, I will be in this excited, let's move to this next step type feeling, and then it stops. And it's not a, what have you done? It's more of a reflection on the new trajectory or the new expansion that I was excited about only moments ago. So it could be where I would rethink something in my business, or I would rethink something that I was learning, or rethink knowledge that I've heard from someone else, or create better boundaries, or release some other boundaries, or let people in or shut people out, or even change up my environment, move the energy around, start doing some sort of different movement, thinking about the things that I enjoy. Do I really enjoy them? Am I still enjoying them? Is there something that my body wants to do? Do I need to reflect internally? Do I need to escape the outside world for a little bit so I can get clear on my thoughts? And I do this a lot, but for me, I feel like there is a direct correlation between the spiritual growth and journey that I am currently on, as it goes hand in hand with the grief that I've had to move through over the last 12 months. We are approaching the 12-month anniversary this week of my husband passing away. So I had created this illusion of, once I've been able to get through that first year of everything, that it's going to be easier, that after that date, well, the pain won't hurt anymore, the emotions won't be as present, I won't be sad anymore, I'll be able to move forward with ease and not cry anymore and not be upset about losing my husband. I'd placed so much expectation on what this 12-month anniversary would be that it literally wrote off my whole September, because I was anticipating October's coming. Oh, what am I going to do? It's going to be so sad. It's going to be so hard. What am I supposed to do? Do I celebrate? Do I do something big? Do I do something small? Do I do something with the kids? Do I do something on my own? Do I do this? Do I do that? There was so many questions and so much anticipation towards it that I built this thing into such a huge thing that I wasn't able to focus on anything else at all. And so for the last few weeks, I've been fluctuating and floundering like a fish out of water, going wobbling. And what do I want? Do I want this? No. Do I want that? No, I don't know. Let me get through next month. Let me get through this moment. Oh no, hang on, I'm sad. Oh, hang on, no, I've got some more emotions that I need to work through. And it was just consistent on and up and down and around and around. And let's be real, normally I can handle the ebb and flows. I'm pretty good at the ebb and flows, and I understand that I do have ebb and flows, and I do move forwards and backwards and forwards and halt and still and change my mind. And normally that's okay, but having that anticipation of the death date anniversary, as well as my own expansion and my own spiritual growth and so many areas in that sort of field where all this new information and new things that I don't really 100% understand yet, or things that don't really make much sense to me, and all these new skills and understandings and correlations aligned with the healing of my knee, because I tore my ACL a few months ago, and bringing that in as well to the mix, along with my homeopathic new weight, I don't like the word diet, weight loss journey, coupling all them together, it was like a meeting point. And it's not this or that on its own. Everything is linked. Everything is working together and helping me in my own expansion. And all those sort of moments had come to a head where September was like, ooh, because coming off the homeopathic diet, I was then forced to, okay, now you're on your own. Do you know how to eat? And I'm like, and I know that I've wavered a lot through that, but then I'm also like, I've got this grief, I've got this anniversary, and then it's, but my knee's not getting better quick enough, and then it's everything sort of coming together, and me not really knowing what I want to do, what I'm supposed to be, where I'm supposed to go. And even though I am this spiritual person and I do have these deep and amazing connections with not just my own self, with my higher self, with my multi-dimensional self, and I do have some amazing awarenesses and downloads that come through that, would blow your mind. And I don't share a lot of that because it's like, people aren't going to get what you're talking about. And, some of the things that come in and the way they come in, because most of the people who are in your external type life or field don't really understand if you sort of came out with this weird sentence of, I was talking to this new collective, they look like this, and they were telling me this, and it gives you that sense of, well, I don't want to be seen as that type of person because I'm going to look strange or I'm going to look odd or they're not going to understand. And even though I'm someone who tells other people and who actually believes, don't worry about what anyone else thinks and keep speaking your truth, it's funny how we're still continually reminded, especially myself, of actually going and doing that, and to stop projecting what your thoughts and beliefs are on how other people are going to respond, because that really has nothing to do with me, how people respond to the things that I say. And I know as I'm going through this journey that I am being, I was going to say pushed, but that's not the word. I am being guided to really step into my own truth, to really find my own voice. And the way that I can see all of them sort of working together is in the way that my knee is actually healing. And I think that when we are experiencing these huge growth movements and steps forward or outwards, however you want to look at it, but then we halt a little bit, it's like when we're trying to build a muscle, because that's one of the key things I need to do in order for me to heal my knee without having surgery, is to be able to strengthen the other muscles that are left so that they are able to do the work as if, I still had my ACL in there. So how do you build muscle? You constrict it and expand it, right? You are constantly making that muscle work. When I'm doing my exercises, what am I doing? I am tightening a muscle and I'm releasing it. I'm tightening the muscle and releasing it. I am using resistance to my muscle in order to strengthen it. I am holding it in one way and releasing it back to its relaxed, natural state. So what do you think I am actually doing in terms of my own spiritual, expansive journey? I'm doing the exact same thing. I am tensing and I am releasing. I'm holding that muscle tight and I am releasing. I am building a muscle of my own spirituality. I am making my awarenesses, my understandings, my knowings as truth, and really creating them to be something that are my foundational truths, that are my words that I know when I speak, that I can fully step into them. And if people come at me with their opposing opinions or ideas or beliefs that are not the same as mine, that I am able to accept them in the way that everyone's entitled to their own opinions and have their own knowings and understandings, and be able to still be in my own beliefs and still be able to present them or speak about them or talk about them still as my own truth, even if no one else believes in them, even if everyone says, well, you're crazy, that doesn't make sense, or that's so stupid, that's not how everyone else is doing it. Once I am foundationally secure in my own beliefs and not sort of wishy-washy where I'm sitting there going, oh, yeah, I believe this. Oh, no, hang on. So-and-so said no. So maybe I'm going to have to rethink that. And I am someone who fully believes in using truth testing or energy testing and really sort of tapping into our own truths and finding what our yeses are. And whilst, yes, we can believe in so many things and find our own truth and find our own yeses, we have to be foundationally secure in that belief as it being ours in that moment so that we don't get those wobbles. So I am really just working my spirituality muscle. What's the first thing that we learn? If you ever do a martial art or some sort of sport that requires you to be balanced, like boxing, you need to get your stance firm. You need to be solid in who you are. And I'm not saying to pick a belief and say, oh, that's it, I'm staying here forever. Yes, of course we can do that. But I know that I'm someone who does always fluctuate and everything's kind of fluid and I do move around a little bit. But I even used a tool today where I know that I have so many beliefs and information that comes in, and I see how as a whole, because we are a oneness, we are all part of an existence where it is infinite and complete at exactly the same time, that of course everything exists all at once in its matching and opposing ways. So there's no way that we're all going to believe the same thing. So I totally understand that people come from different perspectives and different ideas and different truths and different knowings. But I did the little exercise where it's, okay, Anna, what are your truths? Not these wishy-washy side accessory crap things that you talk about. And I find myself talking more about those generalized kind of beliefs that everyone else wants to talk about. And I'm just saying it from my perspective and my point of view. But what are your foundational truths? What things do you believe, do you know, do you understand that you could hold as your boxing stance, as your foundational truth, as your muscle that has been built up so nicely that you are so excited to show it to other people? And it could be something that you would really like to teach other people, or even bounce the information or the idea up against other people in case it's something that other people don't know about or don't resonate with, so you can actually teach them something new, or maybe you could teach them something in a different way. So I think it's truly important for us to really be able to step into our foundational truths by treating our spirituality and our learning and our journey as a muscle where we are going to consistently expand and constrict, and we're just going to continually grow onto bigger and better things every day. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next podcast.